ESL One Cologne is brought to you in part by Intel, Vodafone, MSI, DHL, Alienware, Betway, Logitech G, and PaySafeCard.
No player in history has shown the devastating level of performance and power that Simple unleashes on his opponents. Yet ever, the adage remains true. The best player does not beat the best team. Individual greatness is on display every time the Ukrainian enters the server. But trophies are what he hungers after now. Once a one-man team, NaVi has developed into a squad who complement the game's biggest gun. You can set your watch by the consistent play and style of Electronic. Flamey no longer bears the burden of the spotlight and plays many roles for this squad. Zeus and Edward bring major winning experience from CS 1.6 and look to help Simple win his first in CS:GO.
Vodafone presents the pre-match.
Closer and closer we step towards our first semi-final here. It's a brand new day, day 5 of ESL One Cologne. Just 4 teams of the 16 we started with. And everybody here in the Lanxess, here at the Analyst desk and in the crowd, and you at home as well, I'm sure you're equally as ready and excited. Anticipation starting to grow as we know we're going to get to see Astralis once again step into the server, and there's so many things to talk about. Introductions first, myself, Machine, hanging out here. We do have Chad Sponge Birchill and Duncan Thor in Shields, and we have some familiar faces who are going to join the conversation, at least for the start, over at the casting desk as well. We do have Jason Moses O'Toole and Lauren Pansy Scott. These are the voices and casters for NaVi versus Astralis. Guys, this is a very, very exciting match for a multitude of different reasons.
Yeah, for me, what stands out is this is one of the stages that has eluded Astralis for a little while. They haven't had that home run on it. They obviously skipped before for the major. They wanted to train. That turned a lot of heads. And then prior to that, Dupree had that illness that plagued him. So this is a big moment for those guys.
Yeah, it really is. Remember, Zonic stepped in as well and played so admirable to get them to the Legends for that major, and they just couldn't go any farther than that. Fair play. But now, I mean, you look at these guys, Alex, and I mean, they have so many good players. They have Device with them, one of the top players in the world, who's got to go head-to-head with Simple, who is probably the best player in the world. So firepower on both sides, isn't there?
I completely forgot about that. Duncan, you remember the Astralis? You had like Glaive was actually a stand-in as well, then Zonic was on the stage.
And he wasn't the in-game leader. Yes, it was a very weird thing. But what people forget is they actually not only made the playoffs at that tournament, they were very close to beating Virtus Pros. Too. Like, I think it was like an overtime and a 16-14 or something. So it just kind of shows that that core's always been able to make it work.
And before we say goodbye to them, I'm going to probe for a prediction. They hate it, and they never have to do it. But now I have them, and I'm throwing them under the bus. I want to know, this semi-final, who's speaking to you most?
I'm gonna take Astralis on this one. I don't think you can go against them, but I think NaVi's so much improved. I think they're gonna make a better game of it than we probably would have thought of maybe a month ago or so.
Yeah, I want to see the NaVi from yesterday look powerful. I want to see Simple even pushing that further. But I do think Astralis have this, but I think it's gonna be a good series. I think, 3 maps played out.
It's gonna be one of those like Kenny S series where he drops 40 kills and still gets eliminated.
Okay, all right, we'll leave it there. We will leave it there. We'll be having more of Moses a little later on. Oh, fantastic. Yes, indeed. It does seem like Astralis are very hard to see through as not taking this one. Of course, everyone hungry for that Intel Grand Slam duke them off over in the Grand Final. But we're not there yet. And I do have Analyst here to break things down. Hi, guys.
Hi, man. What's going on?
I'm all right, man. I'm a little bit confused as to how NaVi have got good again.
They've been on an upward trajectory, I think, ever since maybe DreamHack Winter. That's when Simple was just winning tournaments on his own, but then the team has clicked and changed roles and fixed things to get to a point of where, hey, now Electronic is being made one of the stars. Flamey is having performances more often than not now. So you're starting to see the core trio of this team click, and with that, Zeus and Edward, obviously they do a lot of grunt work. They're not getting as many kills. The stats definitely show that, but the way that they move this team around, the sacrifices that those two players are willing to make is supplementing enough for these guys to be getting victories.
Here's a tough one for you, Duncan. When was NaVi's peak in CSGO? Are we here now, or were we saying that one-off, New York win? I mean, what was it?
Problem is, I feel like you have to go back to the pre-Simple era. I'm thinking like late 2015, early 2016, when basically there were tournaments. I remember there was a Starladder tournament where they were the best team there. It's just that Fnatic team that had just brought Dennis in somehow couldn't lose tournaments. They weren't even winning in like dominant fashion, They would drop maps, they'd have really close games, overtime matches, but they just had that kind of like winner's instinct, They could always back their way into a crazy round. So I actually think that NaVi was fabulous, and I feel so bad for Guardian because that probably is when in his career storyline he should have won the major and kind of capped off a fantastic career.
Now, of course, no Guardian, but Simple has taken the helm, as well as an Electronic who has truly proved that he can do what he does online, and for lesser teams now with an NaVi jersey on.
Well, we could definitely see it when he was in Flipside, under Blade. I think a lot of these players have all learned. Simple's learned from Blade, Flamey's learned from Blade, now Electronic. They've actually been given, a good step forward in Counter-Strike and the fundamentals. And then you're coming into this roster, initially trying to make him more of a support role player was the mistake. Letting him off the leash, because we could all see the potential of this kid to be a very sporadic, big player for the unit of NaVi, and it's happening now.
But that's why, though, is because if you think about it, they didn't just do it for no reason. They did it because they still believed that Flamey could be a star player. Clearly the guy has the talent to be, but as we've seen, for whatever reason, mentality-wise or how he feels comfortable in the game, he doesn't seem to embrace that aspect. So they tried that experiment for a long time. It's what brought them some of their success in the Guardian era, but eventually they had to realize, here's like a young, hungry player who's been a star player elsewhere. Let's put him in more kind of featured aspects of the offense.
Yeah, for me, the best stuff I always saw from Flamey, even when he was playing for that Russian team at a Cologne event, I think it was maybe 2015.
Yes, that team.
Yes, that's the one. He was more of a rock, He wasn't necessarily a guy opening up rounds and running into bomb sites first. He was, on the CT side, anchoring sites and locking them down. And I think he's better suited to that.
Yeah, he's a turret. I mean, he's the definition of a player that is a turret. You just set him up and say, okay, so just don't let them come here. And that's the job done. That's all it has to be. And he definitely has been at the top of the scoreboard for NaVi. You take a look at the stats. It's Simple, Flamey, and Electronic. It's lovely to see that it's everyone that needs to be there is there so far.
Well, Simple is still being the god. He's currently tied with Rain for your first position in the entire tournament. Yeah, and if you look at some stats that he has a 68% success in opening duels. He's had 45 opening kills throughout this tournament thus far. Now that is a double-edged sword in a lot of ways.
Okay.
One issue is he in games where he feels he needs to make an opening kill for them to win the round? If so, that's a problem.
Yes.
Or is it that he's being set up to go for the opening kills and then they're winning rounds off the back of that? You need to look at the round conversion from his opening kills to see how successful it is.
That's actually something I know from talking to some of the other top teams. While, yes, you have to fear a player that's good, they feel as though that's actually one of the ways sometimes you can still win against NaVi, is that if it gets into a tight game and it looks like Zeus doesn't have any kind of like reads to go with and they're losing the map, they actually feel like you can sit back and Simple will try and force the game. And he's still so good he can do it sometimes, but that sometimes can mean he overreaches a little bit and doesn't kind of rely on the team aspect.
So he almost becomes predictable. Someone that's very unpredictable becomes
and
predictable
he'll just take
with
more
his
risks, I mean, as fantastic as this entry rate is here, sometimes he'll take one that no one could pull that off.
Well, we saw it yesterday when the Fnatic was having the comeback, because the lower buys, they were just going for individual players on a lot of those rounds, the NaVi guys trying to close the game themselves. Now, when that doesn't happen, obviously they have to take a step back, take the timeout and concede, and then get all the rifles up, get all the utility up, and then just play a standard round of CS, Alex.
Well, actually, the conversation segues quite nicely. We're talking about star players, and Simple, of course, at the tip of our tongue, but Astralis, not only to the stars, but also these players have certainly got a bit too big for their boots. These boys have just become these strong individuals alongside the whole package deal of professionalism, Duncan.
It actually feels unfair almost to call this whole team star players, but you look at the stats, you can't lie. Every tournament, when they're making their way to the final, they'll bring out those stats of like, here's the top-rated player. They always have 3 players, and it's not even the same 3 every time.
Just choose one.
Unfortunately, here's the thing. Individually, yes, they have some really good players. Clearly, Device is an amazing player. Dupree and Magus, depending on the map, depending on the form that they're in, can be star players. But I think this just shows how fantastic the team component is, because when you have players that play off each other so well, who know their roles, who are comfortable in their roles, then you're going to get a higher level of performance. It feels like they have kind of an aura boost around them.
For me, it's the lack of mistakes, right? It's the way that they play every situation, and they very rarely make a mistake, and that is something which obviously makes it much easier for them to close out matches. There's not as much stress on them. I have been looking at some stats here about, you know, these guys destroy everybody when it comes to getting opening kills and then converting rounds. I've even done the top 5 teams in the world and worked out the averages to see like how much higher they are than everybody else, and it's ridiculous.
But what I don't understand actually, and maybe Duncan, you can actually shed a little light on this before we step into the vetoes.
Sure.
Why do people, probably some people in this arena, why do people at home on the internet consider Astralis playing as well as they do, making no mistakes, boring? Why is that tag being affixed to the best team in Counter-Strike currently?
First of all, on a very simple level, there are times where it doesn't look as aesthetically pleasing to see 2 people step out, shoot the guy who the camera's on. It looks like that wasn't fair. Come on, he has to take a 1v1 fight, give him a chance. And then also, unfortunately, it's not their fault in this sense, but the other teams phase with the stand-in, you know, squads that are still working out their team, MIBR, they haven't really been true contenders. Like if there was a team that was taking them 16-14 every time, or sometimes beating them, and it was a really back and forth rival, if you had the old Fnatic, I think then people would be excited to watch them play. At the moment, if you're not an Astralis fan, there's this like sense of dread or inevitability that you're just going to see your team lose. And they're going to lose, as I say, in a really unsatisfying manner, and at the end go, because they're just better than us at Counter-Strike,
so
aren't they?
Almost, but because of their professionalism, because of their success, they have become villains. Not by necessarily by anything said on the microphone or anything done in the server, just by being good, they have become the villain.
They're my heroes because they're bringing back strategical Counter-Strike. They're making me happy, so that's all that matters at the end of the day, Alex. Don't worry about anyone else's opinion.
Well, I'd like to hear your opinion, and both of yours, as we do start talking about that veto.
Okay.
Does have to be relatively post-haste, but Duncan, why don't you give us a little prediction for those bans before they pop up?
Yeah, so obviously NaVi traditionally want to get rid of a map like Cash. They don't want to play that. Astralis definitely can play it. I actually think if you're NaVi, you could go crazy and try and force them onto it. You could get them off another map, but I expect it to happen. In terms of Astralis, you can actually go anywhere you want on this. I mean, they actually often ban Mirage against a number of these teams because they say, let's get it out. I think that would be the right pick personally. I think it's actually become the new best map for NaVi over Inferno. We've seen them take losses there. So I think the first 2 should be standard, but I think both teams on their pick could go wild here. Like, as I said, Astralis could pick Dust too. I would personally pick Nuke. I think that's the obvious one.
It's the safe pick. You know, Nuke is they're undefeated, 11-0 on that map since the inception of this roster for Astralis.
11-0.
They haven't been, no one's ever touched them. It's a train ban. I don't mind that from Astralis. It's not something which is very high up in their map pool, and you saw yesterday, they did a very good job against that Fnatic team with aggression all over the map, and the individuals were feeling confident. There are weaknesses for NaVi on that map, as any team, but obviously not something they're feeling.
This is the worry, though, because NaVi's picking Overpass. Overpass, absolutely a strong map for NaVi, but that has always been a mainstay of Astralis. That is one of the maps that most famously a number of their players love to play, including Magus, by the way. People forget. They added Magus, one of the best Overpass players in the world, to the best Overpass team. So that's a worry there, because NaVi has to basically play a perfect game on their own map pick.
Chad, why did you just look at your stats book and then pull a really depressed face?
Because Mirage is coming next.
They can get manhandled on that map. You've given Astralis the CT side of that map, which means, look, they're going to study all your tendencies. And when you brawl in Counter-Strike, when you play a brawly style, Overpass isn't one which is, it doesn't lean towards that. You can't really find your way into rounds as easy as you could onto a map like Mirage.
And Nuke coming in as a second. I feel sorry for the casters already, trying to stare at that mini-map.
And you should expect it to be Inferno, because even though the NaVi guys love Inferno, it's Inferno or Mirage, and no one beats Astralis when they're on CT side of Inferno at the moment. It's just too good. So, as expected. Now, you have to say, when you look at this veto, if you're NaVi, the first thing you want to do is, okay, maybe not win the veto, because we know Astralis is very good on all the maps, but you've got to hedge it to yourself. I feel like at the moment, you absolutely have to say that Astralis has won this veto. They've got all the maps they want.
It should be a 2-0 with those first 2 maps.
So if we were to juggle them, you could see maybe an Inferno as the second, we could see 3. Is that the mindset I'm hearing from you?
No. I think they would lose all the maps.
Okay. I actually think this is why I actually think Astralis has gotten ahead of the game again, because by banning Train, I thought that was actually the Joker pick NaVi could have gone for. You know, they've gradually improved on it. It hasn't been that great for Astralis, but instead we get all the Astralis maps.
And we'll be talking all about our first map, Overpass. But first, let's go ahead and take a look at the view. It's the gorgeous Tristan Sarenthus, who's gone on a climb.
Well, it is about that time again. Our first semifinal. I think Cologne is ready to blow the roof off, Henry.
Oh, it's really exciting here today. We've got an amazing game to kick things off, and 2 influential players. We've got Glaive versus Electronic for this little segment, and one of the players I want to talk about the most is Glaive. What an amazing asset he's been to Astralis. He seems to be getting better and better with every tournament. Obviously the in-game leader as well. He seems to be playing out of his mind at this tournament.
But you can't dismiss this Electronic stat line right here. 19 hat tricks, 19 multi-kill rounds. That's 3+ kills a round. 19 times in a row, Henry. What do you got there?
It took him a while, but he is actually firing on all cylinders right now. He looks incredible, like someone who can actually keep on the level of Simple. That's been something they've been missing for a while, right? I feel like he's a stronger fragger than Glaive, but Glaive is the mastermind of the whole thing. And as Duncan said, it feels like Astralis have won the veto here. Could be a quick 2-0, but maybe Electronic can do something about it.
I think it's very simply put that this Astralis lineup is the powerhouse. They are the favorites time and time again to every matchup that they're going into. Overpass, I don't know that it's going to make that much of a difference here for NaVi.
That's the thing, they're strong in every single map, and this is Device's home turf as well. Kicking things on Overpass, I think it could be quite a brutal scene. NaVi sometimes need a couple of maps to get warmed up into a day, but Astralis, yeah, I think 2-0.
You think so? It's that easy? Well, that does make just about much sense for me, but it's not about us. It's about this view, and it's about this semifinal. Coming at you right now, let's jump right into this bad boy.
Yeah, I think we proved it again that we are one of the favorites for the tournament. We played really good against ENS, had a good game plan from the beginning, knew how they played, was ready to play a lot of maps against them as well. Me being a stand-in at Cologne in 2016 gave them some kind of idea how I am as a player. And also Sonic, who got to play with me, and he is establishing this team. So I think he understood that maybe they could use me in the future.
We're just gonna prepare against Astralis like for any team. Of course, they're in better form right now. Everyone can see this. They're not losing maps even on group stage at this tournament. It's gonna be a hard game, but I think our team can do this. We just need to prepare. We just need to feel our game against them.
I think mainly it's about the team play we have. Every game we have, a new player stepping up. Right now, everybody is playing so good individually. Everybody is getting great duels a lot of times because we have a good game plan going into the game, and that makes players a lot better.
I'll be really hyped because first of all, we can beat the best team in the world, and after, we'll have a good chance if we win Astralis. This match is gonna be awesome as well because FaZe trying to hit the Grand Slam is gonna be really interesting for us or Astralis to play against FaZe in final.
I must admit, Lansix Arena in 2016 was one of my best things in my whole career. It was amazing feeling to play in front of that crowd. I can't wait to go there again.
Welcome to ESL One Cologne stop. the third major for Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
Yes, it is. This is revenge time.
The champions of ESL One Cologne 2014. Let's hear it for Ninjas in Pajamas.
The biggest, the baddest, the hypest CSGO tournament there will be. ESL One Cologne 2015.
Oh my goodness, the energy in here is electric.
This event is one that gives you feels that you will never experience elsewhere.
I didn't believe it when they said it was sold out. I walked into the stadium and it was just ridiculous.
The Cathedral of Counter-Strike. ESL One Cologne!
We now crown the Brazilian side SK as the kings of Counter-Strike.
And it's happening! Nothing he does it and he just stands up!
All of you here in the arena will be part of history.
Of ESL One Cologne. Welcome back to the Cathedral of Counter-Strike, and have we got a day for you ahead. 4 teams in 2 semi-finals, all looking for a place in the grand final. Let's work out the fans here. Do we have an Astralis fans? What about FaZe fans? NaVi fans? And then there's that other team. What's that other team? Big, any big fans? Oh, yeah. Who knows? Maybe it's coming home. Counter-Strike, that is. Let's get on with our first semi-final. You ready for a semi? You ready? Let's bring them out. 2 teams. It is NaVi taking on Astralis. You heard the analysts, they have the best play in the world, hands down, no arguments in simple. Do they have the team to back it up? Today, we are gonna find out. Then Astralis, they are hands down the best Counter-Strike team in the world. Will they show it on the stage today? So this is an absolute tear-up. 3 maps for a place in the grand finals tomorrow to get their name on that trophy. Who's winning it? Is it NaVi? Is it Astralis? They're ready, you're ready. Let's get it on!
People say ESL One Cologne is one of the very best because the crowd just cheers for good Counter-Strike. Unfortunate for us, it's a guarantee in our first semi-final, Astralis versus NaVi. Our first map will be Overpass, and this is now time for us as they do take to their seats and prepare to enter the cyber battle arena. I'm just making up words now. I want to know, Duncan, first question. Overpass is Astralis' playground. We have an Overpass
digital playground.
We all call it. We all call it Astralis. You know, one of Astralis' kind of maps that they have.
Yes.
They have changed the meta on.
Yes.
NaVi pick it into them. There must be something brewing here.
This has just been one of NaVi's best maps. It's also a map, you know, it's aside from Astralis, aside from NaVi, not that many teams really going into this map. FaZe nowadays have to be forced to play it usually. It's actually become a map that most teams have abandoned because it is actually a very tactical map. It's a map where you have to have all your CT rotations absolutely on point because otherwise you get picked apart because the terrorists have such a fast rotation time. And in terms of NaVi, this is another map where you will see them do that rotation of simple swapping the bomb sites. You can't just avoid him on this one. He can be quickly over in that B site. He can swap over to long A if he wants to play with the AWP. So Astralis obviously an ideal team to perhaps pick that apart, to have studied it. But the thing about Simple is when he has his spots, he makes them work regardless of whether you know he's there or not.
I think one of the things you have to look at here is when we did see NaVi play this yesterday, they weren't hugely tactical because of all the force buys, which means they play outside the realms of tendencies. Sure, players have the little places they like to go to, but it's a bit more difficult for Astralis to counter-strat a roster that's less structured, one that is doing more random things. You're seeing the shotguns come out, you're seeing a lot more pistol buys. The scouts maybe just around where Simple has the AWP and everyone else is only on a CZ. We know they work. It's harder to know how to beat that with your grenade stacks or those little cool tweaks that Astralis have been bringing to the game. So that's one factor to consider.
And something you've often praised, Chad, is Astralis' CT sides full stop. The same can't be said for that of NaVi. Is there a bit of a juxtaposition now between the defensive sides?
Well, it's the same kind of thing we had yesterday, where I was saying it was going to be a brawl. That NaVi want to force it to be a brawl. They don't want to let Astralis establish an economy so that they can do all do the fundamentals of Counter-Strike.
So we're going to see a lot of deagles. We're going to see a lot of.
They're going to
buys.
try. They're definitely going to try. It worked yesterday against Fnatic. Fnatic couldn't get going. They just got beaten down. They got force-bought against even when NaVi were losing the pistols. But Astralis are a team who don't make those same level of mistakes. They're a lot more structured. So for them, they need to weather the storm of the force buys and make sure that they're not going down and over-peaking in 1v3 situations against the likes of Electronic or Simple.
That's actually a good way to frame the setup of this. This is why NaVi does have like the puncher's chance to win with individual skill. Because you've got the best gun round team in the game in terms of the Astralis guys, and then you've got, in terms of like maximum usage, it's got to be NaVi, because they do it the most, but they also get a very good rate, like a solid 60%. Astralis is top of the charts, but that's because they don't do it very often, and they know when they do it right, it's going to work now. And they don't have to often as well if you win all the gun rounds.
I think another factor here is pistol rounds aren't really too instrumental for either squad throughout this. You've only had 5 out of 10 won for that of Astralis, and then you flip over and look at NaVi, they've won 8 out of 20. But I was looking at how many times they're over to force buy and win that next round. It's a lot.
Yes.
You know, it's one of those things which you just need to always be ready for against this NaVi roster. But coming into Overpass specifically, both of these teams are very even on like the game changer stats in terms of if they get the first kill. They're very close around that 78, 75% mark of converting the round.
Okay.
Yes, after getting the opening kill. And then, look, Astralis is leading the way. They have 78.9%, and then when they get the first death, they can still convert 37.5% of the round. So that's quite high. NaVi are a couple of percent lower than that.
Sure. I mean, I think Big were like 25 when we talked about them yesterday. So that's just a little taste of how low it can go.
I was doing averages for the top 5 teams over the last 3 months, and look, Astralis are leaps and bounds ahead, especially on other maps like Nuke, and that one's coming up next. So.
Well, talking of Nuke, the map Overpass, they have a couple of special little Astralis nukes in that. I mean, these stack nades are something that I don't think we've talked about, but I remember there's a gorgeous one towards that monster ramp.
Yeah, they do actually 2 sets of that, one to either side of the pole and one towards the ramp to monster, and they're throwing 4 grenades once they get control of water. That has to be something to look out for and something to consider, but I don't see NaVi playing the set positions like we're expecting. You want to try and disrupt Astralis in the mid-round while they're taking territory.
This is about to go down, Duncan. It's Overpass. It's going to be Astralis versus NaVi, and never mind, we're just going to go straight into it. The war horn has sounded, and so we once again venture into the world of Counter-Strike. Cologne, let me hear you. Astralis taking on NaVi. Looking to do what they've already done many times before. NaVi to stop them.
What a way to start the day. Astralis, their first stride to the stage. And what an opponent to face. NaVi, surprising a few of us here, putting up performances that we didn't expect, and what a time to do it.
This team, for how much question, how much doubt we had in them at the start of this roster, this core of Electronic, Simple, Flamey has been playing so good throughout this event, and they have some structure around that as well. Look at this challenge. Simple going head-to-head with Magisk, who doesn't shy away, but that timer letting him know there's going to be danger coming from stairs, and he backs off. So good map control gain from NaVi. They now control the center of the map with that staircase. Haven't really taken over bathrooms whatsoever, but they've established the route in between the bomb sites.
The Astralis corner getting a little louder. It might be free to catch some of the flak coming his way. NaVi setting up to Dupree. Top 3 so far statistically from this tournament. Reigns up there as well, and of course Simple not far off too. Keeping tabs on if they continue this hit for NaVi. This is not going to be an easy one for them to work through. There's still a lot of players here. They've actually pulled one over as well.
That is a nice shot from Dupree. That takes out Simple, and this is going to be tough. NaVi, here they come, and there's a goose shot of Dupree. They're going to force him back. Glaive over the top, though, tapping away at Edward. He's going to get that. Flamey does respond, but they've got to do more work. Bong being planted inside the smoke, and Astralis can't stop it. Another kill for NaVi. They've got themselves in a 2-on-3.
This retake's still not easy. If Zeus was able to stand, that could have been something, but Electronic has gone big for his team. And he's got to do it again. These three players are looking pretty good though. No kit, so that does become a factor. Time is going to be ticking. Electronic has to play it right. That's a good start. That's even better! And now the 1v1. He's so low, but time continues. But Magisk does everything he can, picks up the kick, gets the defuse going. And Astralis lead the fray.
That was not a bad attempt from Electronic whatsoever. So close, and you can just see the desperation of that burst fire right at the end. One player left. He couldn't get out of there. We're gonna get a small technical pause after that pistol comes out, but a good start from Astralis. The desk mentioned how dangerous NaVi is. We saw them just yesterday, losing 3 of the pistol rounds and still being able to win the second rounds all 3 of those times.
Yeah, that first shot from Electronic, you feel that him being able to do that so quick, it gave him such a chance, but the damage came back in. So Astralis do stay alive. We do have a tech pause just coming through. That's dupreeh just rejoining, so do not worry. That'll be fixed up nice and quick. So we can just kind of dive into this.
That first bullet accuracy between Electronic and Flamey is going to be, was insane yesterday. If they come out with that today, they're going to be a danger in pretty much every scenario that you're going to put them in.
And that's what you want to see from them. I mean, we've looked at this roster, and I think when it all came together, you saw the potential, but we didn't see it ever really
materialize. Yeah.
Exactly. It was feeling like it was lacking for a little bit of time. It felt, sadly, that it fell short of all of our expectations. But now we're starting to see those tendencies that we highlighted going, okay, this is the team that can actually really challenge. This is the team when the firepower's there, when you've got the in-game leadership there, when they have Simple, that superstar power hitting as well.
Yes.
That's a lot to handle.
And I mean, that's the big key, is that not only do they have the skill, which we always knew they had with that trio, they also do have the tactical approach that we saw come out just yesterday, shine a couple times. So they're dangerous in a lot of different ways, and here again, the AK has dropped over towards Simple. That tactical purchase, Deagles are bought up, and just one opening from Simple can crack this round in their favor. Device is going to be pushed up with the scout, and look at the aggression out towards Long. Edward, he's going to stay in cover, gets a tag, but doesn't want to mess with this. He did a great job in this role, in this position yesterday for NaVi on the T side. And once again, he forces back the pressure with no success, no results for Astralis.
No, this is interesting work, and we do see Simple kind of being Supermaned into this rifle by his side. But those CZs are so deadly, still very good, so I'm not going to put them out of the picture, but we do see dupreeh kind of in that deeper position over by Monster. He's going to be waiting for that push-up if it does come his way. Zipnik's not far off either. There's a lot of players now converging for NaVi. They're starting to get the contact. You're seeing the utility come in, but where's the hit to follow?
Edward's going to lead the way. Turned around as dupreeh, and Simple trying to bait. He gets the trade kill, but can't find the follow-up. dupreeh might have just done it. Astralis, that defense collapsed, and now Zeus has to work his way into the bomb site. He knows he's there, he's jumping, and Glaive takes the peak early. It's all on Flamey. They were so close to cracking open Monster, but 3 bodies peeking out from Astralis was just one more than they were expecting, and now Flamey's position is given up, but that's a good transfer. Still danger. Still economics that can be taken away from Astralis.
30 seconds though, and the peak's good from Device. 2 alive, and the second round on the board as well.
Two to nothing, and yeah, the M4s come out, and that was a big investment. That wasn't the normal tactical purchase where we just see the one AK-47 come out. That was everyone, so even with the plant in the first round, they're gonna have to sit this round out. Just Glocks for the NaVi side, and might even take this a bit slow. And actually, no, Simple's gonna get an AK-47 one more time. Flamey drops that over to him, so a big emphasis. The desk mentioned it, keep the money low with these kind of purchases, and even if they don't win, as long as they keep Device from buying that AWP, they can get started early on and have Astralis on the verge of a reset, but you do want to keep Device off the op as much as possible, whatever the cost. Here we go, Magisk pushing up Long, gonna find Edward looking the wrong direction. Game plan from Astralis seems to establish the fact that they will push up and they will get in your face over towards Fountain.
Certainly well doing. Magisk fancies more of it, handles it well, does get caught in the end. There's a gun coming over. NaVi looking for any opportunity they can. They've got 2 rifles at the moment, that's not bad.
No, it's not at all, but they do lose a lot, right? Simple had the AK-47 and the armor. That's the tough part that they're missing. So these M4s are going to be deadly. That UMP is going to be deadly, and that needed to be a hit. It's not going to be. Device is traded off. He goes back for more. One more kill, and this would be great for NaVi. This would be a phenomenal investment. All they've purchased, they've only spent the $3,700 on the AK and the head armor. This would be great. Zeus and Flamey to try and find whatever they can.
Flamey's doing all right, isn't he? That bomb does start to build towards A, heading up towards Zipnik, who's playing quite passively by the bank. falling back around. Still have Glaive involved as well, so 20 seconds starts to tick its way down. And with the Molotov being thrown, it gives away the game, but it's time to go. Flamey needs to keep going on this route, but the off angle from Zipnix is just too good.
Oh, there's that third kill though, that's huge. Nice shot from Zeus coming in, taking out Glaive. It's only a UMP, and Device is gonna have that off, but the rebuys are gonna force Astralis to very, very low economy. This is a perfect round for NaVi. They have set this up well in the past two, while maintaining the fact that they can still have a very strong buy here. So well played from them, and a chance early on to break Astralis.
This isn't bad. NaVi put themselves in a position that could really push them down and do some work here. Let's see if they can actually really close down on this now, NaVi. Device starts to work his way up. Has a little look over, doesn't see too much, falls away. No one wants to make those early mistakes, but it does leave Magisk a little isolated.
It leaves, look at all the utility that's been used as well. NaVi's running out of it already. 3 flashbangs, a Molotov, and a smoke. So they either have to make the decision to run some kind of a set piece very early on in this round, or they have to rely on someone to win some fights. At the moment, with Device pushed up halfway to bathrooms with the AWP, Astralis has once again cheated 3 players over towards the B bomb site. Glaive, Dupree, and Zipnix all keeping their eyes on it. And no pressure is going to be applied towards that A bomb site. NaVi simply doesn't have the utility to take it without losing too many players, especially against the AWP.
Keep eyes on that AWP, see where it's currently playing. Not in the position to really hinder too much here. This will be down to the rifles. You got Zipnix, you got Dupree. They're still pretty close by. Glaive's not far off either, and they're going to feel this hit coming in with that smoke being put into place. Zipnix gets the first port of contact and actually goes down. This is tricky now for Dupree. Too much gets overwhelmed. NaVi succeed in taking the site. This retake becomes very, very difficult, very staggered. They don't have anyone close by.
I don't know if they'll go for this. They might try and find a pickoff with this AWP. They have one kit on Glaive, and he was trying to make sure no one from NaVi would get in towards water, but they don't find a kill. If they don't get a mistake given up by NaVi, they're gonna back away. They do not have the economy, they do not have the funds left to go for this retake, and now you see them shrink back. NaVi have done it. They've got their first round on the board early on, but a parting gift for Device as Zeus goes down. We saw a similar thing yesterday. This is a great win for NaVi, but the problem is, at some point, you're gonna want to completely break Astralis, and if they can keep buying around these 3 weapons, this is still a great amount of danger for that defense to build around.
Tech was being called in, just a couple of sound issues, so hopefully that's resolved quickly. But looking back on that round, it looked pretty simplistic. It wasn't too much going on. It felt like it just worked well.
Zipnix got caught a little bit off guard. He was kind of transferring to look the other direction. He just kind of misread where the initial action would be, and that was Electronic coming out of sandbags to pick him off, and then wrapping, I believe that was, I forget exactly who it was actually in the water. I think it might have been Dupree, who just wasn't prepared for that kind of an angle. So good entries from Electronic coming into that B bomb site. Pretty hard to handle. I mean, they mentioned they didn't have a lot of utility, so it's kind of crazy that they were able to confuse the Astralis defense that much, but fair play, all worked. Tech pause comes to an end. We're back into it already. Still with 2 M4s and the AWP on Device, and everyone's kind of sitting, I mean, 3 players sitting right around 1,500. So decisions to be made for Astralis, and I think they're going to call a tactical timeout just right outside of that, so wanting to talk things over.
Yeah, still a discussion to be had here. And again, for Astralis, this is the first step they're having on the stage. They swept the groups. They had a really nice run. They looked good. They
haven't lost an official match in 2 months, Lauren.
I saw that stuff.
That's pretty nuts.
That must feel pretty good.
They've played a lot less, right? Because they've been skipping events to prepare for the ones that they keep their eye on, right? They prioritize events a little bit differently than some of the other teams. So it's not like they've been running the gauntlet in all these tournaments, but 3-1 at the moment, and they are going to fully invest around this. You could have expected that. It's going to be a UMP on Dupree. That'll help him get utility. He has the second kit for the team. Zipnik's going to be stuck on that CZ. And here we go, live into round 5. 5 AK-47s and plenty of utility this time for NaVi.
Aggression though coming out from the CTs, it's Glaive leading this up, so maybe this is the adjustment they wanted to go for, or maybe this is just the early test of the waters. Magisk has been doing this on a regular basis. He doesn't stick around, backs away with Glaive. So just an early bit of utility being thrown down and then falling off this.
Device with that AWP actually playing the rotator this time. We saw him last time perched up towards bathrooms. We know he's going to be mobile this time. He has the freedom to read the game however he would like. Be on whichever side of the map he thinks is coming. At the moment he's just hunting for a player. It's Electronic he would run into if he keeps pushing up. But he stops at sandbags. Electronic going to get aggressive, and Device still waiting for something, but it's not going to come. This is just tense. We can see it. The rest of NaVi rotating back through T-spawn over towards the B bomb site. Again, no real pressure applied towards Bathroom, so Magisk and Glaive haven't had to worry about anything.
There it is. 6 shot from Electronic, and actually Zeus found Zipnix. What is this hit from NaVi? The pace out of nowhere. It's like rolling back the years. The 40-second hits, and there goes NaVi, and it works out. Astralis being locked out of this.
Yeah, they just completely collapsed. That first kill for Electronic, and during the reaction, Astralis tries to respond, and that's when Zeus pounces. Simple's gonna try and take weapons away. He gets one. And surely now they will hunt Magisk. They have plenty of time. They know exactly where he's at, and he's surrounded. Edward gonna be the first one. He's gonna find him. He taps away, but can't land the headshot. Magisk focusing as he drops down the ladder. There goes Zeus, trying desperately to keep his hands on this rifle. Smoke is gonna help him out, and you can see NaVi, as I mentioned, they want to wipe all of these guns out. They want to take everything away. There's the shot. Flamey has baited out his position. Electronic coming behind is gonna find it. NaVi forced an early save out of Astralis. A beautiful round.
Wow. That was like a classic throwback of yesteryear NaVi late in the round, late in the game. Just so much power on those last-minute hits that come through. It just looks so well constructed.
Yeah, it really did. The timing on Electronic's peak and then Zeus with the rebuttal after that as well was great. That 1-2 punch just opened everything up. Great shot onto Zipnix, and you can see Dupree was stuck between, where do I go? Do I protect Monster? Do I fall back and try and take over sandbags? And Simple's loving it. He hasn't had to do too much work just yet, but they've got 2 rounds, and now should have an easy one against just the USPs.
How much, that must be such a new feeling as well, because NaVi have banked on big individual performers, but to have this coming in from someone other than just Simple coming through, this is a scary roster. It's still early in the game. We're into round 6, and there's a nice little stack coming out. Did Anders create that one too, or is this?
If you ask him about that, he tells you he's created every stack in the game.
Doesn't seem to be really be able to achieve too much.
Well, here's the thing as well. Last round, Electronic playing in those waters, he actually searched exactly for this stack, so he's very focused. And I mean, he's not there this time, but you can tell when he is in that position, he's very aware of all the different boosts. He's probably died to that one a couple times and just vowed it'll never happen again. Device is going to be over towards the A bomb site, but still, no real weapons to fight with. Zeus has the MAC-10, so you imagine he'll lead the way. And that stack now towards the B bomb site. Glaive, Dupree, and Zipnix have busted it up. They're going to rotate back, so this might be a pretty, heavy defense in terms of quantity, not exactly in terms of quality with just the pistols. Plenty of utility. You can see the Molotovs coming out, those AK-47s doing work at range. Electronic going to swing out with the cover of his teammates, clearing every angle, gets stinked up, gets taken down, but still, it shouldn't be a problem for NaVi to recover here. As Dupree can't even add one more onto it. Zeus is coming out with some fire in this game. He's got a triple kill in this round and picks up the fallen AK.
This is... I'm a little scared, Jason.
Yeah? You're worried for Astralis?
A little bit.
Okay.
It's still early. They're fine. They can adjust.
Well, here's the thing. This is so good for NaVi in the fact that they had Device with the AWP twice, and they didn't take a whole lot of damage for it. Now they've kind of limited, it's going to be tough. He's going to have to double save if he wants to get those umps out. They've got him at low economy again, so another reset scenario as the full losing bonus isn't there. Device tries to go give an advantage. We know he likes to do this. He's very good at switching up his position, so once again, dodging the initial op shot. Flamey can get in front of that smoke as well.
They're having so limited amounts of early success, and again, it's NaVi actually this time. Taking that even further, they're trying to trade into it, they're trying to make it get better, and it's just getting worse. NaVi have torn everything away from you, down to Glaive and Device, and they don't have much depth to this. What is this form of NaVi coming out?
This is unreal. What a read of the play, and now you know he has the op. You hunt that down if you're NaVi. They were ready for everything. Now just stuck around a little bit too long as Device fell away. He was the one guarding stairs, and he didn't have any teammates to cover his back. Good kill from Device. This can be costly. He's going to peek on the other side. Edwards waiting, 16 HP on him. He's turned around. There's the timing. And the ult was on the floor. A 4th round for NaVi.
The NaVi fans were a little quiet at the start. There was a lot of noise there for Astralis, but I think there's going to be a couple more voices starting to chime in, because this is a NaVi that is scary.
Well, we know that the Danish corner has taken over the former Polish corner.
Yep.
They're going to get wild at some point.
Well, so far they've got a pistol round to get excited for. That's pretty much it. You need a little more than that. And honestly, I know that Astralis can put up such a fight. It's just surprising to see it on this map. NaVi have looked good. I did not expect that same performance to look as good right now, but they've come in towards today with so much fire to their name, so much power behind players who haven't seen this sort of performance in a while. And this round should be somewhat of the same. This should be a 5-3 scoreline.
Should be, but we've seen crazier things happen. Magisk and Glaive keeping control of the stairs, Device out towards long. Gonna be a B hit. It's only Dupree here. He's got that deagle. He's got an iconic round in this position. He's looking for it. Electronics already slipped past and he's missed that initial shot. Now he's in trouble. Moving up, trying to find something. Smokes, flashbangs raining everywhere.
I've seen this deagle in this spot before. I do not doubt its brilliance. And there's Dupree striking well towards Simple, but the success is still dominant towards NaVi. 4 still alive. The bomb can be planted. The flank's there, but maybe to no end.
There's no power to it. I'll tell you what, if Navi's able to take this map, Astralis is going to be in some trouble. Not just obviously because they're mapped down and backs against the wall to elimination, but Navi's no slouch on Nuke. They've been very, very good on it recently. Device trying to get a couple exit kills here, and he's going to be forced back. Electronic on the hunt. Triple kill for him. It's 5-3. Navi with a pretty commanding lead, but the full losing bonus is now built up for Astralis.
Jason.
Yes.
How often have you seen NaVi up 5-3, looking really good, but Simple being the bottom fragger of the team?
Not too
It's just not needed.
No, not yet. And that's if he does get involved, it could just be all over. I mean, he's going to have the op now, so he's going to be in the back lines a little bit more than you'd expect for Navi, and maybe going for a pick here and there. But other than that, during the hits, he'll be, the third one in.
Double AWP coming out for Astralis. Depending on Dupree here to pick that up, he's been playing over by B. No surprises, but there's not very close to each other. Flash is good enough to force Device off.
That's the duel you want to see. Simple and Device going head to head and backing away. No damage done, no kills found. Nice nade. Slow pace from NaVi, and the utility pioneered by Astralis, really, those HEs that can do so much with their nice placement. Now we're seeing other teams get involved in it. Big looked great in that sense yesterday. NaVi with a nice nade here in this round. NaVi chance ring out. Still have yet to make a decision. Edward gonna solo handle bathrooms and try and force back pressure, make his presence known. But Device and Magisk are far away. They have that set up out towards long, the bait and switch with the op, and the rifle at the flower pots, and Edward's gonna throw a deep smoke, block Device's information gathering ability, and here's Electronic. He wants to pounce, he wants to make a play. Great damage.
At the time, Jason is starting to run low. Simple catching out Magisk is important, though. That plays in well. You can read that Device was trying to complement and supplement that position, but the hit now continues. You're down to 20 seconds. This has to be deliberate. It has to be absolutely on point, and Device does well. The rotations are in. Astralis knows what's coming their way. Glaive sprays in wildly. He gets damage done, but they're still alive. 10 seconds. The bomb's going down. They haven't been able to stop it just yet. And Simple found Zimnix. It's still going here. It's down to a 2v2.
Electronic hiding behind the truck, and Glaive in the smoke now. Dupree with that up goes down. Electronic is doing work. He's 11-4, but Glaive's got himself a one-on-one, and it's Edward behind the bomb boxes, biding his time and waiting.
Edward waits. He peeks down and gets him. Glaive gets absolutely backhanded. And for the first time, Astralis put up a fight. It looked like maybe there was a shot into that.
They had such a jump on the rotation. Simple getting that pick on a Magisk who pushed up. Simple had the bomb. They saw it and they immediately called that out. And that late in the round, when the bomb is at long A, there's only one objective that can be the target for NaVi. Great job by Simple getting aggressive. He felt the pressure for his team, took some away.
Well, I said we hadn't seen from Simple. It's nice that you can have that, right? It's like, oh, it's getting a bit late in the round. It's getting a bit close. All right, Simple, just bang them out. 6-3, Astralis yet to really get off the starting blocks. They picked up the pistol, they ran with it a bit. It looked like, business as usual, and then that gun round kicked in, and there hasn't been truly an answer since. It got close in the last, but for now we're still in this situation. Edward has handled this spot like a god-tier player. Maybe Astralis can find something. Magisk takes him away. Vision now lost across the map. Wards have been taken. 3 players left for NaVi.
That's the tough part. You're at a 3-on-4. Now your presence on the other half of the map is gone. All that's really left for NaVi is they have to do a fighting retreat to circle back towards bathrooms, back towards the A bomb site, or they have to press forward and expect some kind of a stack. There's dupreeh, takes a lot of damage. The timing's not with his shoulder peaks. Bomb not spotted either. Simple with the AK-47 is backing up Flamey. Electronic already through Monster. We've seen him, he loves these fights. He loves to take his one-on-ones. One in the bomb site, that's dupreeh with 30 HP, and there they both go. Great shots from NaVi.
The timing between Simple and Electronic forced them to have no safety, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Simple wants this round as well. Device is your last man standing, recovered the rifle. But they've been tearing this out of their hands every time, but for now, I think getting the round on the board, quelling the threat that was building is the most imperative part.
Full losing bonus for Astralis, so this AK doesn't matter too much. He just wants an exit kill. Might be able to find one as well. There's Electronic jumping in. Electronic is just having himself a game. I feel like this is the third round we've seen him with a triple kill. He has been stellar for NaVi in a 7-3 lead. A timeout is called. Astralis is shook. We mentioned they haven't lost an official in 2 months. They haven't lost a map here, obviously. They're not used to being in this kind of a situation.
I'm not used to hearing you say the word shook, if I'm honest, but the double orb got close to handling it before. Close.
The problem with that round is they had 4 players at the attack and still couldn't stop it. And if you had 4 players at a bomb site to defend you, you should be able to shut that down.
I actually thought that was rain for a second. Very similar. Not the case. 3-7. I'm
Now you really are worried.
Yeah, there's normally an answer from Astralis. They're one of those teams that are so good at quickly adapting, quickly adjusting. It's like, oh, okay, something's going wrong, but how do you deal with such effective and good trading from NaVi? It just feels like, one, they're landing their shots. That's already hard to handle, but 2, the kind of teamwork that's coming out from them is something that you don't often see. Sometimes we've said that they, very isolated from each other. They haven't had those trades, but right now it's really key and it's on point.
It almost in some ways looks better than what Astralis is bringing out at the moment. That's got to be a very scary thing. Device. At some point, you want him to take over. You want him to get your team started. Glaive and Magisk both pushed up behind him as well, protecting his back so that he can stay aggressive for this long into the round. One mistake from Device though, and it's all over. Edward knows the angle for that nade. He's waiting for it. This is a clever boost. I don't know if they'd look for it. Device still here. Astralis still here. Now Device is going to give it up.
Not being given much either by NaVi. They're keeping all cards close to chest. They're not really giving them anything to play off early on. No early picks being really fought for. When the hit comes in from NaVi, you're looking at Astralis, they're already kind of back deep towards the site. The furthest we're seeing them stick out still is dupreeh, but he's got a time limit and he's depending so heavily on Xyp9x.
I want to see Device stay aggressive in bathrooms with this AWP. I want him to be able to find a kill if need be. You can see Edward might just give him the opportunity. NaVi's been so patient in this round, but 40 seconds left. They have to make a decision. It's going to be, I'm not even sure. Electronic with that bomb is now running back towards the A site. There is some pressure being applied over at B, but they don't have a lot of time. They can no longer go slow. This has to be a mad dash for Electronic. It could end up being a fake.
They still have control of underpass, so that's still always available to them. Magisk though lingers forward late in the game. This could be huge for him. If he can slow them down for a second, this is big. Can he do it though? The time comes and Magic might just rise to the occasion. They've run out of time, they're down to 10 seconds. NaVi have no options and they have no kills. Device shuts it out in the end and the Astralis finally get one back.
Given a gift, a bit of a misplayed round from NaVi, letting that clock go far too low and trying to rotate around the map. Magisk with that one kill on the bomb carrier just had already won the round. NaVi's got to be careful about that one. Yes, the patience looks good when you're avoiding the aggressive stance of Device with the ult, but then it just looks silly at the end. Still in a lead at 7-4. That's Astralis' first round since the opening 3 after winning the pistol.
You're looking beautiful, Cologne. Look at that. Not bad. Back in the round though. The damage exchange does come through early on. A couple of nades being traded out. Simple and Zeus taking the vast majority of the flak off that.
Look how passively Electronic is over towards that B bomb site. And the fact that there's so many numbers at Fountain at the moment tells you that NaVi, they want to switch things up. They've hit B a lot of times. They've put a lot of pressure on that bomb site. This time they want to go towards A. at least initially, force back any pressure there. They're doing it much earlier in the round. Just about to be a minute left. Magisk and Device to hold, and Zipnix is now here at A as well, and there's the pick from Dupree, watching towards the door. No one coming from the sewers, which means they only have to watch the one angle.
This has to be a regroup from NaVi. This has kind of funneled themselves in here. They don't have much stuff elsewhere. This is quite taxing to work your way out of. Seeing if someone's going to give them a chance to take this a little further, get it down to 3, but Glaive playing on the very edge of that smoke. Flamey and Simple are there. Edward and Electronic are looking for a new way through, and that's a pretty decent idea, but the time, Jason, is still so low. They're down to 20 seconds. You've got to go right here, right now, and Glaive, he spots it, makes the call, he knows what's coming his way, falls back a touch, and that's the bomb gone down. Again, it looks like Astralis is starting to read this. Electronic's doing good, but it's too little too late. And Astralis are back in the matchup.
2 rounds in a row and looking much more confident in the fights they're taking. Nicely done from Glaive. Not giving up too much, getting kills before the hit actually comes in. It's 5-7 as Astralis trying to claw back, and they can do this. There's a lot of money on the NaVi side. Haven't purchased up. You've got 2 players over 8,000. This will be another buy, obviously, from the offense. But it's NaVi's turn to take a timeout and call things over, because these last 2 rounds, they've been stalled out. They're not getting some of those early picks they were having earlier in the half. They're not finding the opening kills as easily. They've got to talk things over, especially if you're going to keep running the clock down to 20 seconds before making your move. Any of these opening kills from guys like Glaive, guys like Magisk who are starting to step up, it's going to be tough.
Seeing 3 orbs.
Now that's a tactic. That's a tactic and a half. Dupree, Device, and Glaive with 3 AWPs. That's, you don't see this too often.
Glaive had a spawn, but it's a big investment just for a spawn. He's going to go for it, but this is different from NaVi. This is maybe a little bit pacier. This could completely throw it on its head. This could be Dupree and Zipnix very, very pressured very early on. And yeah, here comes the hit. This is faster from NaVi. They can completely turn it around, and it works. Edward and Flamey combined to be something incredible. Electronic so quick on considering the next point of attack, and Astralis are swept out.
That is a misread out of the timeout for Astralis. You can always kind of expect there might be a change of pace, especially on the T side, and investing in 3 AWPs, even if there was any kind of a hold on the initial defense, which there wasn't, it'd be so difficult to retake this bomb site with 2 ops. The only thing they have going for them is the bomb's not planted, because look at NaVi. They want to take all the weapons away. They want to punish Astralis economically, keep these op trapped, and that might give Astralis what they need to get back into this round. They're going to have chances. They're going to have opportunities to get these kills. Glaive needs to hit more. He's missing the shots, and that might be what seals this.
And while all this happens, while the distraction is made, look who's lurking around the back lines. Edward and Electronic closing in. They can smell the blood in the water, and they want to get this one, and they want it to hurt as well. There goes Glaive. Your last man alive is Device, and he knows he's surrounded on all fronts. Good luck trying to keep hold of this one.
They had the chances, though. That is a dangerous game to be playing if you're NaVi, to not get that bomb planted, to allow the wrap to come in. Device has 3 players surrounding him, and the tough part is, almost feels like he has to go towards the bomb site. Flamey with the angle. It's an off angle. It's pretty nasty as well. Device goes for the beak. He doesn't see anything. Still realizing they can push from behind him, and now he's spotted Flamey. Hasn't scoped in. There's the peak. He tags him down to 11. Bomb is going to blow up, and Device has put himself in a great position. Flamey actually does die with the bomb. That's as good as you can expect from Device. Nice composure and a tough scenario.
Liquid t-shirt, NaVi flag. It's a combo. It's a big combo.
Simple fan, obviously.
Pretty much, yeah. Just there for Simple. All right, timeout time. Maybe NaVi wanted to talk things through. Who is this?
This is Astralis calling it, because they have low money on Magisk, Zipnix, and Dupree right on the edge of buying. Device is going to be able to drop an M4. Glaive can buy one by himself, and Device has that op. So it's going to be a couple SMGs, maybe a Fama surrounding the AWP. But Astralis knows that they need these last 2 rounds.
They really do. NaVi have looked really good. This has been an individual solid NaVi.
That change of pace out of the timeout was really cool from NaVi, and Astralis obviously not ready for it whatsoever. A team that we always talk about, are always impressed by how prepared they seem to be. They get caught off guard on that one.
Uncharacteristic misread. Generally, as you highlight, these guys are really drilled in, really very talented at that, but we are back underway. 5-8 is the current scoreline. NaVi do lead. They've done it in some fashion. We've seen the late round late game resurgence from Astralis, finally pulling themselves back in, and this aggression coming through is quite something. Electronic can be played into this. Actually, Glaive gets damage from elsewhere. That's the spam from behind.
Yeah, Zeus is spamming all the meanwhile, causing a distraction which allows Electronic and Simple to gain control. Simple looking for a boost that's not going to come. Glaive's got to be so careful. And this is much faster pace from NaVi in these past few rounds. Obviously, last round was just a straight rush, but this one, already probing, already taking control with over a minute remaining. And again, it's just Edward watching towards Fountain, all 4 players towards the B bomb site. They have control of Underpass, control of the stairs. They don't have to worry about a fast flank coming in. These are pretty simple tactics that NaVi are running, but they're just executing it so well.
Edward's worked his way forward, and as is Flamey, so they're eyeing up towards that A side, at least showing some presence over there, so Magis can't cheat on the way over. Neither can Device. They have to stay where they are, but the bomb is heading right back around. Xyp9x, dupreeh, and Glaive need to hold off the storm because NaVi are about to break in towards this one, but where's that bomb going? They're leaving this so late, Jason. It's down to 30 seconds already, but Zeus gets that. That's a freebie, and that could be the go signal. It is time to go. Can they stop it this time? That's good work from dupreeh, though. Good flash swings in, gets one. The tag to follow's not bad either, but that kill is excellent. The shutdown on short comes in as well, and this time, NaVi do not get it done.
Oh, Electronic would have loved to have that kill. Still would have been possible if he was able to get Magisk, and yeah, dupreeh shuts it down. He's just a gamer with that UMP. Able to eliminate 2 players all on his own. As Xyp9x, his teammate, had fallen early to Zeus, trying to peek out and find information, and that's the thing from Astralis. They're really uncomfortable that they're not getting any information, that NaVi's being so quiet until the time of attack. Doesn't help, of course, that Electronic 16 kills for him in this game so far.
6 to 8, money still decent enough on both sides now, so we get a good purchase towards the final round of the first half. And this is the sort of caliber game you want to be seeing on this stage. This is the NaVi that you think can really push and challenge, and Astralis having to step up and handle that. And this is another different look. This time, Magis, this is deadly. There's 2 players here this time, 3 if you count Zeus. He's not far off either. Did he get spotted? Did Magis see him? He's going to see him now. That's going to give away the game. Can he get the kill fast enough? No! Zeus denies, and we're already a man to the good for NaVi.
1 HP on Zeus. That is going to be frustrating for Magis. Might not have had a great chance of falling back anyways. You can see 2 players, Simple and Edward, over in that playground anyways to be able to punish that kind of a push, but a great find from Zeus. Swaps out for that M4. 2 players at the B bomb site, dupreeh over by the door. Xyp9x in the B bomb site. Glaive in A, and Device is on the hunt. He's got that op still, but it's been quiet. We haven't seen much, but here's an opportunity. He's barely walking by his crosshair. He's getting aggressive. They're waiting for it. Edward is tagged, and Device, there's the response. They swing out, they can't get the kill though. He still has presence. Using his smoke to help him fall back, and he's got to retreat cautiously. He's got to go help Glaive at this A bomb site.
Yeah, here comes the push. They're still building up though. 40 seconds here. You've got 3 players from Astralis now waiting. Glaive trying to hold on to this as long as he can, but Zeus finds him, and Simple, he predicts the flank. It's perfect from NaVi. They still have to get past Device. They still have to try and deal with him, and it's Xyp9x left in a 1v3. The clutch got himself. 20 seconds as NaVi closes towards the bomb site. Flame with bomb in hand. Xyp9x finds 1. 2 more men willing to take the challenge though. He isolates another, spots everything. He knows where it all is, but he can't handle it. It's NaVi. Good work on the first half. The pistol round sat with Astralis, but everything else looked like it was NaVi's favor.
That was a brutal half from NaVi. Did not expect that whatsoever out of them. Yeah, they just ran away from it early on in this half. Device could never get going with the AWP. He ended the half on 10 kills. It's Electronic at 17 and 7. Zeus following up at 11 and 12, and even Simple 10 and 11. Electronic with some heavy lifting, but Astralis couldn't get the feel for the game for quite some time.
This just looks like a NaVi without fear. It looks like they're just hitting those shots, they're feeling the game. Simple said it. You know, if we feel the game, we can challenge them, we can push them, we feel our game style. That's what we're seeing. I'm loving that. I want more of that. I want to see what they can do. CT side now coming up for NaVi. They are leading in this one, but Astralis, that T side, people have looked at it, they've studied it, they wanted it for themselves. It's known for a reason to be this damn good, but we'll see if they can make it happen today. They need it to start with.
Here we go, Device gone down the ladder towards the staircase. Zipnix with the bomb outside of Monster, and quickly they're going to put pressure onto Edward. Some spam coming through with that USB. Not going to do much. How much more does Astralis want to move up? There's going to be 5 players of NaVi here. The whole team is defending this bomb site.
This could be a mass execution. There's every single player from NaVi here, but they still need to land the shots. Magis powers forward, gets down Flamey. Simple trying to stay at the back, trying to buy his time right here, depending on his teammates to support him and wait. Wait. They're off.
They just vanish so quickly. That call comes in. Device and Glaive need to hustle. They need to get actually up towards that A bomb site much quicker. They're taking the long route though. So Edward and Zeus, those few extra seconds it takes, they're going to have a perch in the A bomb site. Electronic is going to be on the flank, but this initial defense needs to hold, needs to delay it. Edward, he's caught off guard, but he does win it anyways. Falls back as well now that he has the equalizer.
There's still 3 players here now. NaVi have put all their forces here, being dragged all the way around the map. They're still doing okay, but the bomb's been planted. Finally, a big favorable strike for Astralis, but there's a flank coming in. Simple finds Zipnix. It's Electronic with the battle on long. If he wins that one out, Device is done for. But Magis up to the task, waiting for the push back in. Zeus is on the bomb. He's still defusing right about now. He's not stopping. He's on it, but it doesn't matter. Astralis expected, and Magis stops him on the defuse.
So close. NaVi almost recovers in that. Both pistols go to Astralis. What a wild call when you're at that B bomb site in that fashion. No utility, run all the way back and get in. Edward gets the 1 kill, but once he falls, NaVi had to play it a little bit more passively. We know they like these second rounds as well. We saw it in the first half, the amount of buys. CT side is a bit more limited. They do not invest in the armor. They have the upgraded to Deagles, P250, CZs. A couple nades on Edward and Flamey as well. See if they can find the timing on that. 1 goes out, nothing to come from it. Edward's brought down low, but Zeus close up. He slows down Magis. Dupree has to step up to the plate. They've done so much damage, but haven't found the kills yet.
Surely this is an Astralis round. They've just got to keep powering forward. Dupree leads the charge, and Glaive fancies a go at it himself as well. Clearing as he goes, the flash comes through. A couple of NaVi players blind, but not too many. And again, the slower pace now makes NaVi wonder, what can they do with this one? That angle from Simple is annoying as hell on the cross. Dupree could suffer. It just as he crosses. The flash was so good, but the timing just off, and Dupree continues his reign of terror, not letting them get back into this, not allowing those kills to come through. Finally, they put the foot down.
That was nice discipline from Astralis, not trying to too aggressively take over water, not trying to attack it, making sure everyone's on the same page and just slowly crushing that defense, restricting their movement. Second round for Astralis, they avoid the danger. A couple kills go out for NaVi. Not going to do anything though, so Astralis on their way to tying things up at 9-9. This is going to have to be such a good T-side from them. Look at what they have to match. 7 rounds in a row in that first half for NaVi.
All right, see if they're up to task. See if they can compete with what we saw already set. 8-9, Astralis stepping back in, but we did seem, you know, Astralis did win the pistol before, went on the same run, and then the gun rounds kicked in.
Some last minute discussion, some nail biting as well, pressure's on.
Nothing to be nervous about if you're Electronic. You're having a blinder of a game.
Yeah, he's been phenomenal, but I mean, it'll be interesting to see if he can get involved on this defensive side. T-side, he got to dictate a lot of the action, a lot of the pace, and whatever you wanted to do. This time, it's going to be Astralis who has that luxury.
Speaking of luxury, look at the weaponry that Astralis can come into this round with now. That's 3 rifles, 2 SMGs, money to be made. 250s against the Medigal as well on Edward, but that's about all you're going to see. There's the rotations, the risk, they're going to gamble it, but this is just the biggest default in the world from the T-side.
This is much more pressure as well being applied from Astralis early on in these T-sides. Yes, there's just the anti-ecos, but Device was already pushed up halfway up long with a minute and 20, throws out that deep smoke, forces some rotations, forces them to be honest towards the A bomb site. He'll be coming in with the bomb late to this B bomb site as the rest of his teammates are going to take it over. NaVi out of position is on the rotate, but they can do nothing to stop this. Maybe just hope and pray they can get some kills right at the end, but the utility usage just forces everybody away. Dupree is caught with the nade in his hands. Nice shot from Flamey. I don't think that's going to really turn the tides in any way.
It shouldn't do, but we have seen stranger things with the time ticking now against them and the damage coming through. So many players standing in between them, and really only one avenue to approach. Zipnix catches Zeus. And it's taken its time, but the SMG's the one making the money, which is great news for Device as well, because that's more money in the bank for him, and that's the AWP lighting up in the back of his mind.
That is very nice. 4 kills for Device in the round, and Edwards just gonna back off. He's 5 the previous round as well. Either way, we're gonna get into that first gun round. It's gonna be all tied up at 9-9, and Astralis will be able to have anything they could possibly want. It's gonna be on NaVi to slow them down. CG side in the first half was struggling. Can Astralis do it? Can they withstand the pressure? We mentioned they haven't really been tested to this degree yet in this tournament. Are they gonna be ready for it?
Gonna find out, coming off the back of their boot camp. Into this tournament, they look good, but we haven't seen that big challenger. We haven't seen that big test. We haven't seen a NaVi like this, so it's hard to get your mind around it, but you've got to know what you're up against now. You've had a good couple of rounds. You're back all even at 9-9. We do see Simple up on the AWP. We've got to hope that he's going to do a little something, and actually he's in a good position to as well. This could be big! Magis gets denied. Did he see the second? He's going to see utility. Goes back for it. He wants more. Simple. He's got the bloodlust. He's up for this. Turns it. Oh, Simple! It's so good! Dupree goes down as well, and what a way to start this round off.
That has to be so frustrating. Simple turns so quickly from both of those flashbangs. Not many players can do something like that. 2 kills gives his team a massive advantage early on. Device, Zipnix, and Glaive looking to recover the situation, but Device has picked up the AWP. They're still forced far back on the map with no progress to be made. Glaive is starting to work his way up long, all on his own. Device and Zipnix is gonna come meet up with him. They have to stick together with such low numbers. Electronic and Zeus playing retake on this bomb site, the boost over the fence in the back.
So cautious on the way though, Astralis. They can't really rush any of this. It's so much, so many question marks throughout the map here because of that aggression coming up from Simple early on. Glaive works his way forward, trying to clear out as he goes, and he does have the support from Zipnix there with him, but Device is on his own. And that stack could dismantle all of this hit. They're leaving this incredibly late as well. You're down to 30 seconds. The hit comes through, the utility's put to play, but the flash isn't gonna catch Electronic. He's gonna spot one. Oh, there's Glaive though, that's big. Takes him out, the nade to follow could have caught Zeus, and it does.
Demolished. That retake gives way too much space over to Astralis. Yes, they had a long march, but they didn't have to worry about anything on the way. Zipnik's already watching the flank. He knows the possibility. Edward is here as well. Does NaVi pull the trigger on the retake if they don't find an early frag? I think they've called for the save. Flamey backs off. Edward isn't even moving forward into bank. They just want some exit kills, but the money for NaVi isn't great. Flamey sticking around. Device, I don't think he'll expect this. There's the gun barrel. There's the immediate headshot, and he saves the AWP. He gets away with it. That is a very nice find for Flamey. Well done from him. But it's still going to be Astralis with a one-round lead as finally we hear that Danish corner starting to get loud.
It's getting pretty close here now, 10-9. Even off that start from Simple, you felt that maybe that was the big step they were going to take. That was the run for it, but no. Astralis still showing exactly where you want teams like this on this stage. I'm loving the Danish corner.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm liking it.
We were joking, oh, there's probably still some like leftover Polish beer spilled all over the place over there.
It's it brings out the best in people. you like to see it.
Well, here we go again.
Oh, hello, Stack. Hello, Electronic. What is this sort of aggression? How does he get away with that? Dupree's like the god of that angle and that play, but actually this is going NaVi's way. Edwards torn it away from him. This buy was shoddy too.
That's the bomb down, and Simple still has an AWP, and now he's zoned in on the angle as well. They can recover the bomb without being spotted by Simple, but I think they're gonna challenge. He's too quick for that. Nice flick up, and even a delayed boost might be able to punish Glaive. He's close up, working his way forward, and when does that come in? Does he swing too wide? Yes, he does. Edward finds him, and NaVi somehow have recovered. These low buy scenarios, so good on it. Edward starts them off. Simple continues it. There's the jump across. Device can't do this. One kill, and Simple's gonna respond. The bait from Zeus, and it's all tied up again as NaVi recover and steal one away.
A smothering play from NaVi. So aggressive, so good at it. Simple. That positioning from him, be able to find Zipnix there. That could have been the bomb slipping away, getting elsewhere. That could have been everything, but he does somehow find it.
That flick is so fast as well. This is so quick. Right
you
through
feel that in your bones.
Yeah, right through the edge of the wall. That base makes you shake. Here we go, 10-10, up again in Device's hands. But the first roadblock for this offense, they just ran into it.
Who's done that? 10-10 though, decent purchase on either side. Brought back through from that last round by NaVi, catching Astralis by all means. And now we see the orbs on the big names. Device is his, Simple. And look at Edward here as well. He's gone for another walk. They're still being so proactive on this CT side. I'm liking this.
This is a really nice position from Edward. Got to be careful with that door opening and everything. He's got a couple angles to worry about, but it does allow NaVi to remain aggressive towards bathrooms, and Electronic hasn't heard anything. Glaive and Dupree going to be out towards long. Magis just coming up the top of stairs now. Astralis for the first time looking to take over and attack the weapons. Poised at this A bomb site. Flashbang comes in. They're going to peek with that. Device is ready for it. He turns. He knows exactly what's coming, but he's got Magis there to help him out. Simple, how aggressive does he want to get to recover?
He stands so defiant here, doesn't he? Wanting to just stop them. So ready to jump into it, but he has to be careful, has to be cautious. Edward in a great position, can now allow that rotation over towards A. The rest of the T side now encroaching, trying to get their way there. But it's got to be quick and it's got to be right, and Dupree already finds Zeus. This is looking like it's going to be an Astralis round. 5 alive, and there it's surely going to be. I don't know if Simple can get anything out of this. You've got Edward in a fun spot, but they're already sticking away, trying to keep out of what they've got here, and Edward might at least try and make it costly.
I don't even think it's worth it for Edward to do that. I think he needed to get away faster. Device and Zipnik's already on the hunt, so is Dupree. Simple sticking around as well, but not gonna have an opportunity. That's a valuable weapon to take away. Simple has a kit, and he's nearby, but there's certainly he doesn't go for this. He knows to have chased away.
Jason?
He is gonna go for it. He wants more. He's gonna get a kill on a Magis. Yeah, Dupree is close by. He's not gonna let this one slip away. Here's the turn of the corner. Simple doesn't expect it. Tries to get creative. You can understand why with 2 players so far away from the bomb site.
He's putting on a show for the arena, I'll give him that, Simple. He does love to play a bit of it, and as you said, they did kind of fall away from the side, but with so many players still alive, there was no room for that for NaVi, and now their money sits in a really tricky spot.
So I'm saying if Simple and Edward were able to keep those guns in their hands, Flamey obviously could have bought, Edward could have dropped a weapon, and they could have had some kind of a strong buy with an AWP and 2 rifles. You could have still fought for this round, but now they'll have to sit it out. Edward and Flamey likely going to drop a couple pistols over to the teammates. Both defense really struggling in this map. The tactical prowess of both teams on point today.
Certainly is. 10 seconds and we're back underway now. I'm seeing the buy from NaVi. It's unique.
It's a bit busted, as we like to say. Up on Simple, up on Flamey, UMP on Zeus and Edward, and there's the CZ on Electronic. No kits, low on utility. You have to, this is the round where you just unleash Simple. You just have to let him go do something, play it by instinct.
Open the cage, set the man free. Let's see what he can achieve with this. He has Flamey up on long, so this territory is all his. Underpass is a problem for him down the line, but for now that's not in the back of his mind. That's not in the forefront. He's checking on it occasionally. That Molotov, he's gonna have a little look into it. That's 45 HP though. That's a decent chunk of damage done, and while this happens, we're seeing Astralis work their way forward. Meticulously, carefully, but Simple tries to go out on a limb, and he's already being chased down.
Yeah, 12 HP. There's Device picking off Flamey. That's the other up. That was out towards long. Flamey couldn't handle the pressure, and Simple at 12 HP is the other strength of this purchase. The reason that they were willing to invest so much is to have an AWP in those 2 players' hands, and both of them on the verge of death. Simple still sticking around. He almost found the equalizer. Gotta be careful though as he falls away. 1 nade, any spam coming through the smoke is gonna be the end of him.
Zeus, the timing on this could be imperative. He slows down 2 players from long. That flash works. He actually catches one midway through throwing out a smoke, a flash something. That's now the bomb gone down and Device in a bit of a predicament. He can outdo Zeus. That's fine. He needed the other teammates to come in, and Simple now. He's striking again. He's like an assassin. He finds angles that he can work with. But the other 2 players for NaVi are still working with less. A CZ for Electronic, a UMP for Edward. But this could change things. Device gets removed from the equation, and now Dupree and Magis are a little boxed in. They're not feeling so good anymore. As Edward works his way forward, Dupree spots him out, takes him down. That's good, but that's better again from Electronic. This man's coming alive, and now 2v1 Dupree. Are you up to task? Are you ready for this? Tries to bait it. Toying with NaVi's emotions. The tag! And wait, he's on the defuse here. And he hasn't stopped! Simple! Predicted it from start to finish. dupreeh just got dumpstered.
The double hop somehow works out again. What a flank from Electronic. He has been a hero in this game for NaVi, and Simple to follow up. Trusting a man with 12 HP to hold the line for you. Gets the tag on dupreeh through the wall and the finish off as well. What kind of magic has just been pulled out? 11-11, we're all tied up, and this is huge.
Oh, this is something to win. It's 11-11. After the start of this game, we saw Astralis, okay, first three, and then it was the tear for NaVi. They looked so strong. But this is what they said on the desk. This could be the brawl. This is going to be that kind of back and forth, blow for blow matchup. dupreeh already taking a lot of damage here very early on.
It certainly is now. Low utility count on the Astralis side. It's such a tied position. They're all $150 or below. There's no money left in the coffers of this attack. dupreeh and Glaive taking over control of short sewers. Gonna fall away as Magisk and Device, and even Zipnik's working out towards Fountain and Long A. No presence there for NaVi. 4 players defending that B bomb site. It's only Electronic trying to spot at this A bomb site.
You say only Electronic. The guy's been an animal, but a lot to be done if they do continue the way forward. A bit of a misread thus far, and the play between dupreeh and Glaive is really good at keeping their attention there. The bomb's still building its way towards A long, but Simple's considering something.
Got to go back now. Certainly you don't feel any more pressure towards that B bomb site. This is a good call. Simple and Zeus coming back. Electronic hasn't, now he knows. Now the utility's gonna start being used, but he's alone in the site. Zipnik's to clear it out, but he gets taken down real early. There goes Magisk as well. One more time, Electronic steps up, and it's just Device, and now he's gone as well.
It turns into a frenzy on the site. And NaVi is so up for us. This is unbelievable.
Device might slowly be taking over the game, but Electronic has something to say about that. 2 of the biggest impact rounds we've seen in this game in the past 2, the flank to get the AWP and win the clutch. That round, a triple kill on the hold. He has been unbelievable. And that's Astralis out of money.
12-11. NaVi in the lead. You're going to be looking at 13. You can imagine that happening. There's so little to stop them in this round. This is the matchup they were wanting. This is the game of 2 incredible teams peaking at the right time. Now, Simple. It's not him, it's Electronic again. Someone stop this man.
Simply nothing to do it with this round. And we've seen NaVi in these situations that Astralis is in right now, having to win a scrappy round, having to win with a low buy, and they've made it work. It's Astralis' turn to make something happen. They can't just give it up. Zeus gonna close out that round. 13-11 now, as NaVi down the stretch taking control. And there's not going to be an AWP on the board for Astralis. If they want one, they'd have to be without armor, and Device has already picked up his AK-47. He's going to have to go old school with just the rifle. Double op setup still for NaVi. Simple and Flamey with those in hand, but it's been Electronic. 27-14 for that man. Simple not far behind at 20-16.
That was an interesting sound.
That was an interesting sound. I don't know what that was.
Stuff of nightmares, casually put in. But big round coming in. Astralis do at least have a purchase to play with this time. Maybe they can handle NaVi. I genuinely don't know. This seems like this could be the classic Astralis, but look at dupreeh right now. He's just walking in, one flash, one Molotov, and they're away. They're keeping this simple, but Flamey is there. He is deleted though. Magisk leads this. Zeus puts his foot down, says no until Device comes back through, and the site is looking like it's theirs. Edward tries to get creative. The adjustment is great.
Well, there we go. Astralis goes deeper into the playbook and a contact play towards the B bomb site. Molotov comes in towards toxic barrels, and as soon as Flamey tries to move, he eats a flashbang and just out of position can find nothing, which leaves Zeus on his own.
Oh, it worked for NaVi on their T side. Why not try a bit of it yourself?
That was a suffocating hit from Astralis. Here we go, 12-13. Astralis have to build upon that as well. Device. And And look at the scrappy buy that NaVi has to contend with also. Edward down to the Famas, Electronic down to the SMG. Give that man an M4 at this point.
Please, someone help him. Edward trying to work his way forward as well, see if anyone's around. 2 players in towards underpass though for Astralis, as they do split the rest towards long, and Zimnik's kind of playing that anchor role all the way back to ensure that no one goes too far here. But again, these guys are going to have to work this one out. Not an easy puzzle to unravel, especially with Simple still posted up on long like he is. Electronic can get so much information as well. Deadly duo starting to really form in this game. 1 minute on the board though, utility still on both sides. NaVi desperately trying to keep control of theirs as late as they can.
Another smoke comes up. Electronic is going to have to find a way to be impactful. Difficult to do with that SMG. Zeus and Flamey, and actually Edward as well.
Look at the bomb.
Yeah, bomb heading back towards the B bomb site, but Edward and Flamey have control of this whole defense here. Will they bust it up? Is this fake going to be enough for them to rotate away? This is going to be a small fake, as there's an avenue to go down the stairs towards that B bomb site. Glaive's already on his way. Edward's going to be the first one. He hears all of it. He gets the kill. He is dinked up. He needs to do more, but NaVi's not even at this bomb site. He's the only one here.
They evacuated, they left, they all went over towards A, and now with him going down, it's Flamey, he comes back in, he's trying to save the day, and look at the time left. Oh, it's a shutdown again. Device has to back away, and NaVi take the step in the right direction. Flamey dove back in, he was the hero that they needed.
How did Flamey get back so fast? I have never seen him move that quick. That is unreal. What a recovery. That fake was executed almost to perfection, and I think Edward, just that advanced position in water for the whole round, was the early warning system they needed. 14-12, another timeout coming in, but Astralis doesn't have a whole lot of money to work with. These kills from Flamey, so much. Dupree is distracted from above. Zeus had rotated as well. That is huge for NaVi.
This timeout, big discussion point here for Astralis. We haven't seen them tested like this in a while, and they have such great resolve, they have such great grit, they have so much depth to go to normally, but a lot of what we're seeing from NaVi is something we haven't seen in a while, so it's hard to get your head back into the game. I don't know what else you can do here with your money so broken up for Astralis.
The fast-paced round worked wonderfully. Now, can they go back to that, right? That contact play they had through Monster with the Molotov and the flashbang with Dupree swinging out. Can they make that work again? We know they've had it in the past. They've talked about rounds, but it's all on this. We'll see. Do they have a round that they can go to, that they can lean on to get them around when they need it most? Because they cannot lose this one here. They have no money behind this buy. Backs against the wall at 14-12, and already the bomb is out towards Monster. It looks similar to previous.
Edward's so close to this. Have they read this again? Zeus is here, Flamey's here. This looks like they've felt this hit coming out. Maybe thinking, oh, this is what worked for them last time. This could be their now call again. This could be a great read from Zeus if that's the case.
If they stay aggressive like that, they'd be in front of the pop flashes as well. It wouldn't be as effective as previous, but I don't think it's the read, or at least it's mistimed, because maybe it wasn't as fast as previous. Zeus is rotated away. It's all Flamey and Edward. There's Flamey. The Molotov, there's the flashbang coming out, and Flamey's got a hold.
He was so good before, can he do it again? The first he gets, but the second is too far. Glaive trades it back out, and no one this time is slowing them down. But the bomb goes into a predicament. They have to go and push for that one. Zeus is back, Simple and Edward aren't far either, but this is Astralis keeping players alive. The smoke shrouds the site, and the bomb goes down.
Edward's still alive in the smoke, though they have no idea. They're gonna have one now that the time is low, that all his teammates are eliminated. They'll start being aware of the flank. And I think Electronic and Edward are going to be locked out of this round. Yeah, they back away as well. Money not good for NaVi either. These weapons are so valuable. And Astralis has done it again. They've stayed alive. They're going to be at a 13th looking to tie things up.
They offset the timing just enough that pulled Zeus away. It felt like they had that. NaVi felt like they got that little bit of a feeling like, okay. But no, they couldn't even handle it when it did come in.
Exit kills are valuable as well. Electronic's gonna get one. He can do so much more. He's keeping them at the bomb. There's not a lot of time left. They have to attack, but Edward's here as well. They're taking everything from Astralis. A costly win. Do not underestimate the impact of those kills and the evacuation.
The reinvestment is gonna be tough. Limited utility here and there. This is not gonna be a pleasant ride for Astralis. But on the other side, you can't exactly write that off either. NaVi still feeling the pinch.
Yeah, they're not feeling good in any way, are they? What are they going to be able to bring to fight? We already see an SMG on the board. And now you do, I mean, we saw in the last round a little bit of that chess match of Zeus. It felt like he had the right call. It felt like he knew what was coming with that three-player stack close up towards the monster tunnel. And just changing the timing of it fooled him a little bit as he backs away, and then it comes in.
Well, this is the big round coming through. Ample time for a timeout, discuss, try and get it right. Hard for Astralis just to depend on those hits. Maybe they can though. Maybe it's enough. 13-14, we are back underway. T-side still trying to step back into this. Astralis getting close, but NaVi only a couple of rounds away from map 1 under the belt. But the buy from both sides is still a little shaky. Obviously Astralis is far better. NaVi, this is huge. They've got the stack on 1. This could work. They've got 1. Can they get him on Flamey with 2? And Simple, he pushed up as well. Astralis are getting butchered.
Every time they need it, NaVi is the one that steps up. Electronic, Simple, and Flamey with 4 kills. That trio has been so, so good for them. And continuing it here, looking to take map 1. They're gonna be at 15-13, and now you see the results. Those 3 kills that were gotten at the end of the last round that Astralis won, there's no money left on this side. Those kills were huge. And Astralis is gonna be left with so little to fight with.
I think every team coming into this was saying, you know, Astralis is the one to fear. They're the team that demands our respect. You can't get past them. Well, NaVi might just do it. Simple wanted a title. This is the road to getting one. 15-13 though, this is only map 1. There's still plenty to come. And they still need this round. The last can sometimes be the hardest. We've seen that Horde NaVi before.
Yeah, Simple's playing for 2 legacies in this series. How many times have we heard him discuss he doesn't believe he could be the best player in the world until he lifts trophies? It's more than just establishing NaVi as one of the best teams in the world. It's also validating himself at the top. And Astralis may fall onto some trickery to try and find an opening kill. A Deagle would be better there, and Zipnix gives up the danger point. Zeus just backs away. He's only got the shotgun. Meanwhile, the rest of Astralis towards this A bomb site already have control of bathrooms. We haven't seen any real clashes in that area of the map. Neither team really challenging for it. In a mid-round push up long, this can be dangerous. Simple is going to be there. Electronic going forward, and these 2 players have been the best for NaVi across this map, and Astralis is going to go right at them.
Here comes the utility, here comes the play. You're banking on Electronic to deny long. Simple now can focus towards the toilets. Calls can be made. Simple, eyes up device to start with. Dupree dares to step forward, but Simple coming over to help his teammate out. And actually Dupree outdoes him. It's a 4v4. Electronic though, he's been destroying this team so far, and he looks like he wants to do it again. And Zeus lurks his way out from the depths. Gets the job done, falls away. We're down to Dupree and Magis.
This needs to be a kill. Magis needs to get it, and he does. 20 seconds, not a lot of time. NaVi can try and stall this out, but Dupree's gonna push up with the ult. And he sees the back of Zeus, and he gets the tag. Now pushing forward, can't find it. 10 seconds, he goes down, it's all on Magis. He's gotta hustle.
5 seconds.
NaVi just needs to run away as Magis turns the corner. He's got 1, but he's not done it. NaVi's going to take the first map.
Outstanding work from NaVi. Astralis look shaken to their core. That is not the step they wanted on this stage. But this is what you get when you walk into a matchup like this. NaVi look formidable.
They came in so prepared. What a phenomenal T-side to bust out. And the amount of scrappy rounds they won, the Des talked about it. The amount of times they're able to win without the full kit that they need, without all the weapons and utility. One of the great strengths of this team, and the players showed up as well. We're gonna go to a break. When we return, we'll have map 2 in the desk.